So hi everyone, I'm today with Steve. Steve, I'm here to hear your story. Tell us where you were born, how many siblings you have, and tell us all about you. Whatever you want to share.
I'll tell you a story. All right. Once upon a time, a long, long time ago, in a
51
land
years
far,
ago.
far away, I was born in upstate New York, and a little, I guess, a small city near the capital of New York, near Albany, New York, in South Troy, New York. My parents were loving, caring parents. I grew up, even though I have a sister who's much older than me. It was like growing up as an only child, because she was already out of the house by the time I came along. So it was good. I had a lot of good experiences growing up. A lot of very good friendships. Where I grew up, it was like the Little Italy part of South Troy, and so most of my friends had last names like mine that ended with a vowel, and but
So where's your name from? Like, is it Ukrainian?
mine is Ukrainian.
So your parents were the first generation?
My father and all of my grandparents were from Ukraine. My mother was born here. I was born here.
Did he teach you any Russian or Ukrainian?
No, they refused to teach me the Ukrainian language because they didn't want me to be discriminated against in school. Back then, they'd seen it all too often where foreign speaking or foreign accented kids would get discriminated against, and so they didn't want that. And I guess they wanted to maybe talk about me without me knowing, so they could speak together and I wouldn't know what they're saying.
Right. So чуть-чуть говорит? Нет. No. None.
No habla. Ich spreche Deutsch ein wenig.
Okay.
Yeah. I lived in Germany for a little while, and I learned German, not fluently, but well enough to get along, and enjoyed that experience as well.
So you grew up in Albany, near Albany?
Near Albany, New York. It was at Troy, New York.
And what did you study?
There I went to high school, studied everything. While I was in high school, I had an opportunity to go to Rensselaer Polytechnic Institute to take a class in computers, and it was one of the first being taught in the area, and they offered it just to students of my high school. And it was a very fortunate experience because I found out that I really enjoy working with computers. And beyond that, I think I learned that while I enjoy working with computers and different businesses, I enjoy working with people. Just happened to be the computers were the thing getting going then, and from there I got a degree in marketing, went into the Army. I was a military police officer in the Army, married my lovely wife, and had 3 wonderful children. Have one beautiful granddaughter as well now. They're loves of my life, and I enjoy being around them and as much as I can, and it's what really motivates me to work and succeed in business is to spend more time with the people that I love, which includes friends and family, and the opportunities to see family and friends that are far away are less if you have less money. So it's a motivation to earn some more, and I like being able to. Well, I like being able to earn more. I like being able to help people at the same time. So
that's your story. So what do you do for a living right now?
Right now, I'm manager for Destiny Transportation. We haul frozen and refrigerated food products in the eastern half of the U.S. I volunteer my time at the transportation clubs and saddle club. I have a horse and enjoy riding her, and all the horse people in my life. They're a good group. I enjoy a lot of things. When I have the money, I like flying an airplane around, and
you're also a licensed pilot.
Mm-hmm. And it's I enjoy that a lot. It's an expensive hobby, so I don't get to do it too much right now, but that'll hopefully change soon.
What was your first job? And how old were you?
Well, my first job was a newspaper route that I would help a friend on a big hill that I lived on, and it was a tough route because it was a hill and the houses were far apart, so he would pay me a little bit of money to walk up the third floor of stairs to deliver newspapers, and of course I would take that 10 cents I earned and run all the way to the top of the hill and buy candy with it. I didn't learn the saving part for a while, but
how old were you?
I was 11 years old, and after that I went to work for a retail company while earning money for college, and one of my first jobs was while I was in college for an auto dealership, and I had a good learning experience there, and I was the youngest salesperson they ever had at age 19, and then why not? I'm going to college for marketing, I might as well try sales, and went, and one day waiting our turn to see the next person in line, and I got a real good opportunity when the senior salespeople saw this old farmer pull up in a rusty old pickup truck, and he got out, and they said, "Oh, we'll let the kid have this one." And it's kind of, I was excited because I would talk to anybody and everybody. So he came in and he looked and wanted to know what the best car we had was, which I showed him, and want to know what options he could get, and that car had all the options except for car mats, and he said add the car mats in there, and so I did, and he said, well, I'll take it, and I was really excited. Went and talked to the manager, and he said to go get a deposit from the guy, and I went back, and the guy said, well, I don't have cash on me now, but if you'll hold it for an hour, I'll be back. So I went and talked to the manager. They normally didn't do that, but I talked him into holding it for an hour. And just about an hour later, everybody was surprised, and the older sales guys, their jaws dropped as he walked back in, and he pulled out a big wad of cash and paid for the car in cash.
Whereas nobody thought he would actually buy anything.
Right. They thought he was, they say kicking tires, dream shopping or something like that. That, how could a person that looks like that afford this top of the line luxury car? But, I didn't think that way. I thought, I could help this guy get what he wants, and I did. So it's a good lesson for me in trying not to judge people, because I didn't back then, and I consciously try not to do it now. Even though we're human, it happens to everybody. Being conscious and aware of it, I think we have a better chance of being non-judgmental.
So you and I met through, you were writing another book. So you have written some books.
Mm-hmm.
So what are the books, and how did you get into writing books?
I was in coaching school, and one of the coaching students was putting together a book that took into account 30 different authors on different subjects, and the theme really resonated with me, with living life unlimited. The title of the book is Life Unlimited, 30 Mentors to Rock Your World, and I was fortunate to be one of the 30 mentors, and had a great experience in that less than 24 hours after the book was released, it became an international bestseller. I thought, this is pretty good. I enjoy writing, and I might as well do it again. So I've got some other books in the works here, and just find that I enjoy talking with people and meeting people, and finding the stories that everybody has a story, kind of like we're doing here. And there's a lot of times there's a story behind the story that's really interesting, and there's value there. Everybody has value, and just getting that out to share that with others, I found, just by telling my story to one person it's great, but if it helps that person, well, tell it to thousands or more, and the potential to help all those people is just amazing. It's wonderful.
And what are the new books about?
My next one coming out is called Wholepreneur, and that's all about very successful people, kind of like my friend Rehan here, that builds businesses without simply focusing on the bottom line. I've been in huge corporations, and the management in there has one thing that they focus on, and that is to make the shareholders a profit, which is understandable, but they forget so many of the other things. And like I said before, I don't care what business you're in, if you're in the computer business, if you're in the trucking business, or airplane business, or whatever, it's all a people business. And if you take out the human factor, it hurts somewhere, somehow. Somebody is hurting. But if you look for that, and the Wholepreneur takes into account everybody who's building or has built successful businesses, that not only financially successful, but successful in other ways. You can be rich without having a large bank account. If I've got some awesome friends that I consider myself very wealthy just for having the friends. And these people build businesses like that. They treat their people well, and they have most of them have a mission, and that mission is to either help somebody with some problem and treat people good along the way. And there's so many different ways, and the people in my new book, Wholepreneur, have found that way and really mastered that way in different ways. So what I hope to do is to share that with a lot of people, so they can realize that, all right, you don't have to build a business by pinching pennies. You can focus on a mission to share goodness with somebody, and what happens is the byproduct of that a lot of times is financial success.
Thank you so much, Steve. You're amazing.
Oh, likewise, Rehan. Thank you.